Yes, it's the sound of music. It's the sound of music, but it's going to be an entirely orchestra. It's just the instrumentals. I'm just going to play through it like the suite of it. Hello, everybody. It's me, Jon Richardson. It's Virtual Piano Bar. Yes, yes, yes. Hello. Hi, 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 hi. Oh, I love you. Cheers, cheers, everyone. It's Saturday night. It's Saturday night. What's up, Eileen? How are you, sweetheart? So good to see you. It is the Jon Richardson Virtual Piano Bar Sound of Music Sing-Along. Hashtag share with your friends. Hey, Tom. How are you guys doing? Yay! Ken Sutton. Hey, Ron. Oh, we're excited. What's up, Michael? How you doing? Good to see you there. Marjorie's here. She wants some Sound of Music. Hey, Eileen. Good to see you again. Hey, Don Retman. Now, I hope that you all were able to see this show. Oopsies. Listen, it looks like I got a haircut, but it's just slicked back. This is my Sound of Music look. It's similar to the Sound of Music look that I had last year. It is our favorite movie. It's everyone's favorite movie. Yes, I'm just getting ready here, Bonnie and Beth. Thank you. Thank you. You all take a minute and please share with your friends. No, Wally, it's actually very humid. It's humid, but I have to stay in character. And in character means putting on this kind of nightgown. Hey, Nancy, how are you? Good to see all of you. Matthew, how you doing? Good to see you. Hey there. It's the Sound of Music. It's the Sound of Music sing-along, Brad. Yes. Yes. You have your lederhosen on. I have mine too. No, I don't. But I wish I did. This is the Grease sing-along. If you're here for Grease, you're in the right place. I'm dressed as Baroness von Schrader after she's gone to bed. Your hair looks like that, is that right? That's my Aunt Beth. I look just like my Aunt Beth, everyone says that. Thank you. This is my if I were to go to kind of a black tie. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Oh, good. That's great, Bonnie and Beth. I'm glad that you're going to be coming to the Cape. Ooh. We're going to do Edelweiss. Hey, my Aunt Sue. My two aunts are watching. Hi. 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 Cheers. We'll do my favorite things. We're doing the show in chronological order, and we need to get started. It is 9 o'clock on a Saturday, and I'm Jon Richardson, and this is Virtual Piano Bar. Last year, at about this time, I decided that I would hi David, a one-man show of the Sound of Music, which is something I've been threatening to do for many years, decades, since I was a child, actually. And I'm doing it again because tonight is my final Saturday night on Virtual Piano Bar. I'll be back in many capacities, weekly even, and we'll talk more about that. But for now, we have to sing the Sound of Music together. There are some sing-alongs that will be for you. There are two sing-alongs, and they'll happen. Now, we better get started because as I was recapping this show last time, she barely got out of the nunnery, and then it was time to be done. So we're not doing that. Yes, we're not going to do any of that. We're going to just start. It's a mountain. There are mountains. Okay, here we go. There are mountains everywhere, and they're very tall, and we see Salzburg, and we're in Austria, and there's a woman, and she's dancing. She is all by herself on a hill. She's all alone, and she's dancing. And in Provincetown, that happens too, but for different reasons. People just dancing, twirling, no provocation. That's what Julie Andrews is currently doing. And the helicopter comes and it flies in with the camera and she's twirling, and then when they banked away after they got the shot, the wind from the helicopter banking away knocked her to the ground every single time. She went flat on her face. So I was like, the hills are alive. Bam, she's out. The hills are alive with the sound of music. Oh, The Lonely Goat Herd is a really hard song. I was thinking of skipping it, actually. With songs they have sung for 1,000 years. The hills fill my heart with the sound of music. You all can write all the lyrics here. My heart wants to sing every song it hears. My heart wants to beat like the wings of the birds that rise from the lake to the trees. My heart wants to fly like a chime that flies from a church on a breeze. To laugh like a brook when it trips and falls over stones on its way to sing through the night. Thank you, Ziggy. Thank you, Jack. Like a lark who is learning to bridge into canes. Kelly Maynard, are you singing along at home? I go to the hills. Hey, Vincent. When my heart is lonely, I know I will hear what I've heard before. My heart will be blessed with the sound of music. I did, Grace. Do you like it? And I'll sing once more. Well, thank you. Hi, everyone. I love when you all say hi. The hills are alive with the sound of music. It's Virtual Piano Bar. We're doing The Sound of Music Part 2. It's not really Part 2, it's just a revisiting. It's just a return to Salzburg. We're in our dressing robes, and we're just having a nice time in our living rooms, perhaps, wherever we are. Cheers, everybody. Happy Sound of Music Day. Okay, so she sings that song all alone. Cheers. Hashtag cheers. Hey, we love you all. And I want to especially cheers to Chris, who is our producer tonight, who is Jonathan Hawkins' brother. And he has never seen the Sound of Music recap by Jon Richardson before. So he's in for a real treat. So everyone say hi to Chris. Hi, Chris. Hi. Hi. No, you can keep yelling in caps. Thank you, Grace. Yes, they are. Cheers. All right, here's what happens. She finishes singing the song, and then she hears church bells, and everyone's like, church bells? But the church bells remind her that she is very late for church. She has to go to church, and she runs. She's up on a mountain, and she's like, oh, shoot, and then she just runs, and she runs to church. And then what happens is a very interesting thing in the movie. If you've seen this, you know that it's true. As soon as she goes, the producers of the film decided that they should do like a 4-minute long orchestral overture, and all they do is show pictures of old houses and old churches, and the movie loses 100% of its energy and momentum in the first 10 minutes. And you're like, what are we even doing here? And it's very boring, and it just keeps going and going and going. And then we end up, we're at the nunnery, And the nuns are talking about how strange it is that Fräulein Maria goes to sing in the mountains every day. She's like, they're all just like, what is happening? Why are you doing this? Why are you ruining kind of our tradition of no singing in the hills? Where is How Do You Solve a Problem Like Maria? It's in my iPad. This is what happens during Sound of Music sing-along. So we're going to sing How Do You Solve a Problem Like Maria. And you in the comments, you can write a flibberty-gibbet, a will-o'-the-wisp, a clown. You can put the clown emojis. Many a thing you know you'd like to tell her. Get lost. You know, those kinds of things. You can do all of those things. I don't usually. Let's do it in this key. How do you solve a problem like Marie? He's not embarrassed, he loves it. He's right there. How do you catch a cloud and pin it down? How do you find a word that means Maria? A flibberty-gibbet, a will-o'-the-wisp, a clown, a clown. Many a thing you know you'd like to tell her. Many a thing she ought to understand. But how do you make her stay and listen to all you say? How do you keep a wave upon the sand? Oh, how do you solve a problem like Maria? How do you hold a moonbeam in your hand? When I'm with her, I'm confused, out of focus and bemused, and I never know exactly where I am. And then the other one of them was like the runner-up for the role. She's as flighty as a feather, she's a darling, she's a demon, she's a lamb. She'll outpester any pest, drive a hornet from its nest. She will throw a whirling dervish out of the world. She's a riddle, she's a mob, she's a riddle, she's a child, she's a headache, she's an angel. And then the Mother Superior, she comes in, she's a girl. How do you solve a problem like Maria? How do you catch a cloud and pin it down? How do you find a word that means Maria? A flibberty-gibbet, a will-o'-the-wisp, a clown. Many a thing you know you'd like to tell her. She's a girl, things she ought to understand. But how do you make her stay and listen to all you say? How do you keep a wave upon the sand? Oh, how do you solve a problem like Maria? And then Julie Andrews. This Julie Andrews, right here, she comes running. She's like, I know I'm late. There's no flibberty-gibbet emoji. I think that word is made up. It's hot. It's so hot. This is good. Yes. Yes. There's a Kermit there, and a Kermit there, and a Kermit there. There are actually 3 of them. And I have to hide them from Teddy because he thinks that they're his friends. We're not even done with how do you solve a problem like Maria. We still haven't even learned how we solve this problem. Cheers. So she comes running in. She goes to the fountain. She's like, I'm so thirsty because she's been running and singing all alone. And she runs away and out of the frame, and then all the nuns are like, oh, you aren't going to miss VPB, Cousin Sue, because we're going to be here every single week still. It's just my last Saturday night. How do you hold a moonbeam in your hand? And now Maria is in big trouble. She's in very big trouble. Oh, it is a real word. A flibberty-gibbet. Yes. That's right. So she has to go take care of kids. And I was thinking about this earlier. She has no previous child care experience. And she gets called into the Reverend Mother's office. The Reverend Mother is very mad at her, and she's like, you need to leave. Get out of this nunnery. We hate you. And Julie Andrews is so sad. And she says, no, I want to stay and pray. And the Reverend Mother says, no, you have to go take care of 7 children. And she's like, 7 children? And the Reverend Mother's like, do you like children? Yes, but 7. That's what she says. And she says, it seems to be the will of God that you leave us. So then she does. She gets kicked out of the nunnery to go be a nanny. Again, not a job that I would call her qualified for at all. But she's going to be really excited about it. I know, so I think it's problematic. Yes, thank you, Kelly. I'm glad we're on the same page. Yes. So what happens though is in the movie she goes and she sings this very good song and she kind of talks herself up. It's called I Have Confidence. Yes. This is a song that I listened to before my freshman year of high school. That's true. To psych myself up. Not gay at all. What will this day be like? I wonder. This is my sister's favorite song. What will my future be? I wonder. It could be so exciting to be out in the world, to be free. My heart should be wildly rejoicing. Oh, what's the matter with me? I've always longed for adventure, to do the things I've never dared. Now here I'm facing adventure, then why am I so scared? Pedal point. That happens a lot in this show. They do a pedal point. Captain with 7 children, what's so fearsome about that? Oh, I must stop these doubts, all these worries. If I don't, I just know I'll turn back. I must dream of the things I am seeking. I am seeking the courage I lack. The courage to serve them with reliance. Face my mistakes without defiance. Show them I'm worthy, and while I show them, I'll show me. So let them bring on all their problems. I'll do better than my best. I have confidence they'll put me to the test. I'll make them see I have confidence in me. Somehow I will impress them. I will be firm but kind. And all those children, heaven bless them, they will look up to me and mind me. With each step I am more certain everything will turn out fine. I have confidence the world can all be mine. You'll have to agree, I have confidence in me. And she's running around Salzburg, and she's the fountains, she's messing with all the water and all the fountains. That's what she's doing. She finds a fountain and she splashes it, and she's like, it's a montage. I have confidence in sunshine. I have confidence in rain. I have confidence that spring will come again. Besides which you see, I have confidence in me. And then she says, strength doesn't lie in numbers. Strength doesn't lie in wealth. Strength lies in nights of peaceful slumbers. When you wake up, it's healthy. All I trust, I leave my heart. She had a key change. All I trust becomes my own. I have confidence in confidence alone. And then she sees the house from the outside. It's the actual exterior of the house is in Salzburg. And when they were filming it, it was raining very hard and it was very slippery. And so she comes into this like final moment of the song that I'm about to play, and she's carrying her two little she's carrying her guitar. She's like, hey, I'm from Maria. And then she runs to the house and she trips. If you go watch the movie, you'll see she trips. She didn't mean to do that, but they kept it in the movie. Don't you love those things? That's fun. When she made a mistake and they kept it in. I know these things because I've read several books about this movie. I have confidence in confidence alone. Besides what you see, I have confidence. Another pedal point. She's always falling down. She's climbing a tree and she's scraping her knee. Yes, well, you can send me a tip. Yes, you can. Even though we're in Salzburg and it's 1938, we have PayPal and Venmo. And it's a similar phenomenon to what happens on Liberace show, David Mayako show, where Liberace, it's an anachronism to pay me via PayPal or Venmo, but in the world of virtual piano bar music making, it works. You can do it. Even though we are in Salzburg and I have slick back hair, which was the style. Rheumatism. We're not there yet, Kelly Maynard. You stop spoiling. You're telling everyone what's going to happen. Now people are will know that she sits on a pine cone. Okay, so she gets to the house. We meet Captain Von Trapp, who is the reason that I'm gay. And then we find out that there are these 7 children. They've grown up in this militaristic house. And he doesn't refer to them by name, just by whistles, which also happens in Provincetown, but in a different context. And then what happens is she says, do not whistle at me. Whistles are for dogs and cats and other animals, but not for children, and definitely not for me. And then she tries to whistle at him, and he's like, I don't like that. Yes, that's right, Grace. And then a lot of things happen. She meets the children and they're mean to her, and then she has to get ready for dinner. And I don't think there are any songs between I Have Confidence and When She Goes to Dinner. But anyway, they put a frog in her pocket and she gets it out and she freaks out. Yep, I do. I blame the captain very much on Sue. He is. And God rest his soul, Christopher Plummer. I think he died about a year ago, which is sad. But it is true that he turned me gay, which explains very much, a lot. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, no. I think Kelly Maynard, I think the next one is 16 going on 17. So she sits down on a pine cone at dinner. It's a very quiet affair, dinner, because these children have been abused by their father for so long, because he's very unloving and rude to them. And so they don't talk, and then Fräulein Maria shows up, and she's late because they told her the wrong time. It's a hazing ritual at the Von Trapp family house. She sits down on a pine cone, screams, and the captain's like, what is wrong? She doesn't tell on the kids. She is cool and doesn't rat them out. She's not a snitch, and she says, oh, I have rheumatism, which is what Kelly Maynard was referring to. It's one of my favorite moments. Rheumatism. And then the Captain Von Trapp says, I'm going to go visit my girlfriend, Baroness Schrader, and his children get very sad. Listen, I used to watch this movie every day. So then the youngest girl, Marta, she goes, how long will you be gone for this time, Father? And Christopher Plummer says, I'm not sure, Gretel, I'm not sure. And you're like, oh. And then basically, what happens then is, unfortunately, a Nazi shows up. A Nazi arrives. His name is Rolf. And he shows up at the house, and Liesel, who doesn't really know like the geopolitical kind of like situation, she's a little naive to it. Has a crush on him. She runs outside to see him, and we sing a song called 16 Going on 17. And what happened during this song is they were dancing in the gazebo. She does a little kick, ball change, turn, and she didn't do it right. And I've told people on virtual piano bar this before. She kicked through one of the windows, broke her ankle, couldn't work for like 2 weeks. He's not a Nazi yet, but he is a Nazi. She's been very sheltered. She doesn't understand what the Anschluss is. You wait, little girl, on an empty stage for fate to turn the light on. Thanks, Doll. Your life, little girl, is an empty page that men will want to write on. To write on. Charmian Carr. You are 16, going on 17, baby, it's time to think. Better beware, be canny and careful, baby, you're on the brink. To ride on. You are 16, going on 17, fellows will fall in line. Eager young lads, it is pretty sexist actually. They'll offer you food and wine. Totally unprepared are you to face a world of men. Problematic. Timid and shy and scared are you of things beyond your ken. You need someone older and wiser telling you what to do. That's stupid. No, she doesn't. I am 17, going on 18. I'll take care of you. That's true, Kelly Maynard. And Kelly Maynard, that was an appropriate use of caps. We also discussed all the sexism that's in Phantom of the Opera. That's problematic. But do you know what I was not surprised by? Was not like the most sexist thing I'd ever seen? My Fair Lady. I just watched it, and I told you all that I just watched My Fair Lady, and I wasn't too disgusted with the gender politics of it. Do people write academic papers about that? Maybe they should. Is the song over? No, it's not. I am 16, going on 17. I know that I'm naive. I used to play this at the piano bar when there'd be a cute guy. And willingly I believe I am 16, going on 17, innocent as a rose. She's not, though. Eager young bachelors, dandies, drinkers of brandies. What do I know of those? Totally unprepared am I to face a world of men. Timid and shy and scared am I of things beyond my ken. I need someone older and wiser telling me what to do. You are 17, going on 18. I'll depend on you. And then it's like, and that's rain. It's raining, and so they make out. They kiss and they dance. And then she tries to escape and then go home. It's after curfew. She's been kissing Nazi Rolf, and they're hanging out and they're kissing in the gazebo. Everyone is happy. And then they she has to go back home and get inside undiscovered before her father finds out that she's been making out with the mailman. And she does, because she climbs up the drain pipe into Fräulein Maria's room. What is Fräulein Maria doing? She's praying. So maybe Fräulein Maria wasn't such a terrible nun after all, because she was sitting there saying her prayers for these 7 children. She can't remember any of their names. She's just sitting there praying like, God bless Liesel, Marta, and she can't remember their names. It's been a long day. Cheers, everybody. All of this is true. You can go watch this in the movie. Teddy is asleep. He is not into The Sound of Music. Teddy, he was like, I heard you're doing that Sound of Music show tonight. I'm gonna be passed out for it. And that's what he's doing. He's just asleep. Now, we've come to a very important part of the show, and this is the part of the show where we sing together. That's right, Grace, we're getting there. So, we're in Fräulein Maria's room. She is told that the entire curtains, like all the upholstery in the room, is going to be redone. And she's like, oh, but these curtains are lovely. And then Frau Schmidt is the old woman, and she's like, well, there are still going to be new ones. Then Liesel comes sneaking in the room. There's a terrible thunderstorm. The children all show up in Fräulein Maria's room. They used to hate her, and within 12 hours, they are just all hanging out together, having a pillow fight during a storm. So they have really come a long way as in their evolution as characters and in their hatred of their nanny very quickly. All that had to happen was a rainstorm, and they're like, I love you now. So we're going to sing this song together. Our amazing producer, Chris, is going to help us sing this song together. It's My Favorite Things, and you sing it with me. Now this is how we do it. We sing it like this. Here we go. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Are you singing along? Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells, sleigh bells, schnitzel with noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. Now we are in a major key. Here we go. Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt into springs. These are a few of my favorite things. Now, when the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad. Yes, she did, Grace. Well, so then what happens is they finish singing that amazing song, and I know that you are all singing along wherever you are, and I could feel it in the musical ether. So it's all very important. She sings this song, and she basically says, these are my favorite things. What are your favorite things? So she's like creating a relationship with them. She probably learned that in like her nanny class. She probably had to take some kind of certification. How do I take care of 7 children course? I would have. And she learned that when you have children and they're afraid of a thunderstorm, you just tell them all of your favorite things, and then they're your best friends for life. And that's basically what happens. Eventually, you become their mother. That's what happens in the show. Woo! Yeah, Danielle, how are you? Thanks for watching. Y'all can do me a favor and share this video with your friends, because that really helps me out and Virtual Piano Bar out, because then more people see it, and more people can see my slicked back hair. It's kind of fun. Maybe I'll do slick back hair for Broadway on the Beach. It feels like a very Broadway on the Beach thing to do. Okay. Cheers, everybody. Thank you for watching tonight. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being here every single Saturday night. We haven't missed too many Saturday nights over the last... That's right. Oh, shh. Yes. So we haven't missed very many Saturday nights. Virtual Piano Bar is a family of entertainers and producers, and we do shows all week long. And during the summer, we're going to continue to do shows all week long, but just in a bit of a modified schedule, because things are opening up, and all of our musicians have to perform in live places. We can't always just perform in our living rooms. Which is strange. I will be at the Crown and Anchor in Provincetown all summer, but I'm still going to do some shows for all of you because you're all a lot of fun to do shows for. Okay, here's what happens now. We're going back to Salzburg, Sound of Music. Basically what happens now is she has sung to the children, and she says, these are my favorite things. Now you all know that I'm a really good singer. And your Daddy's gone. He has gone to see Baroness von Schrader in Vienna. She's in Vienna. She's a baroness. You will be seeing me there. That's right, Grace. So she's a baroness, and he is interested in finding a rich wife. So he's courting this very wealthy baroness, and so he's going to Vienna to be like, hey, do you want to get married? She has a gay best friend, Uncle Max, who's going to come visit later. But in the meantime, Fräulein Maria is going to teach these kids how to become kind of hoodlums and heathens, bad, misbehaving children. Before they were all lined up and good, Fräulein Maria comes and she's like, here's how you juggle fruit in a farmer's market. And all the fruit falls on the floor and it's spoiled. She teaches them very bad habits. She does. And the next thing she does is she teaches them how to sing. So they get up into the mountains. And the best part of the do-re-mi kind of montage medley is when she's teaching them, and then she's like, they're all running in a line. And then Gretel, the littlest one, Grace, I thought that the Captain Von Trapp wanted the Baroness Schrader's money. But I don't know, we can go back and watch it. But anyway, what happens is they're all running around and doing the dancing up on the hill that Fräulein Maria likes to do. And Gretel, the littlest one, she keeps falling down. Everyone's like running and doing the tea and the dancing. And Gretel's like trucking up the caboose and she keeps falling. It's very funny. Are you singing along now? Do, a deer, a female deer, ray, a drop of golden sun, me, a name I call myself, far a long, long way to run. Are you singing along? So, a needle pulling thread, la, a note to follow, so, me, a drink with jam and bread. I'm cool with that. Yeah, they're always falling. I'm also very into this idea of pedal points in The Sound of Music. Richard Rodgers, he loves a pedal point. Do, a deer, a female deer, yeah, ray, a drop of golden sun, me, a name to call myself, far a long way to run, so a needle pulling thread, love, a note to follow. Is this your favorite song, Joey Two Canes? Well, tea, a drink with jam and bread, that will bring us back to dough, but it doesn't mean anything. So we put in, she teaches them, she's like, well, once you've got these notes in your head, you can create a million different tunes by mixing them up. Like this. So, do, la, fa, mi, do, re. So, do. Is that a dissertation topic? I'm doing it. Maybe it's more of a master's thesis. we have everyone watching right now is either a big Sound of Music fan or they wanna be. Do mi mi so so re fa fa la ti ti. Do mi so so re fa fa. When you know the notes to sing, you can sing most anything. Together, do mi so so re fa fa la ti ti. Do mi so so re fa fa la ti. When you know the notes to sing, you can sing most anything. Together now, do dear, female dear, brave drop of rolling sun. Me, a name I call myself, far along the way to run. So I need a pulling thread, a note to follow. So tea, a drink with jam and bread that will bring us back to Thank you. Well, yes. Do mi so so re fa fa la ti ti. Okay, well listen, here's what's happening. If you watched my show last year, hi Michelle, my sweet Michelle. If you saw my show last year, you know that right around this time, about 40 minutes in, well, thank you, Danielle. About 40 minutes in, I think we didn't even have confidence yet. I was still explaining some of the nuances of her life in the nunnery. That's probably where we were. So I'm proud of our progress. We've made it to Edelweiss, which is one of my favorite songs of all time. I know it's many of your favorite songs as well. And it's just such a good song. And it's a song that I played when my sister had her wedding. And all the babies born in the Richardson family, we like to make sure that they hear Edelweiss as one of their first songs. Yes. Thank you, Alec. My dad's favorite show was last. Get thee out of the nunnery, or get thee to a nunnery. Yes. Edelweiss is your favorite song, Eileen. I know that. And it's one of my favorite songs, too. I just think it's one of the most beautiful things ever written. That is a very good part of it. Do you know what would actually be fun is like a big, like if, you know how in Marvel Comics, at the very end of Marvel Comics, oh, yay, thanks, Joseph. Well, I'm glad that you've been here with us for the last 14 months. Oh, thank you very much. You're all very sweet. Anyway, it would be cool if Marvel Comics, that idea of like all the superheroes from all the different Marvel movies came together at the end, you know, when they defeat Stop. Chris, write his name, please. He's the dad of Gamora. Anyway, we're not doing Marvel Comics, but if like the characters from The King and I showed up and they all had to fight like Sweeney Todd. Thanos, yes, Thanos. Yeah, Thanos. Good, thank you. So Thanos, I don't know, they all have to like fight Sweeney Todd, and it's the woman from The King and I, and all the children from The King and I, and the racist woman from South Pacific, and all the sexy sailors from the South Pacific, they're all there too. And then from Carousel, some of the characters from Carousel are there. None of the physically violent protagonists, but everyone else is there. And they all have to defeat Sweeney Todd in an epic battle. Yes, it's good. Anyway, this is coming out on Netflix in 2 years. David Mayako's in it. Okay, we're going back to Salzburg. What's happening now is it's very dramatic. I know that you're all so stressed, but don't freak out. But what happens now is, unfortunately, Fräulein Maria puts all the children in a boat, and they all have to go in a boat and then row in the lake, which is just the property, the Von Trapp's property is right on this beautiful lake. She is rowing in the lake with the children. They're not supposed to be rowing in the lake, and the children, they're not even supposed to get wet. And the Baroness von Schrader, she is here visiting the home. Uncle Max is there. Captain Von Trapp is there. They're all chilling, and then all of a sudden, these boatloads of horrible children arrive, and they're like, oh, this is so annoying, it's ruining my thing. And then they all fall in the water. Grace, what you don't know is, one of them, little Gretel, she couldn't swim. So when she fell in the water, she almost drowned, threw up on one of the other actors when they got her out of the water, because she literally almost died. She told no one that she couldn't swim, and the boat capsized, she almost drowned. So then they get in a huge fight. They were wearing their curtain clothes, which were like very heavy and not good for swimming, Danielle. So that's probably helped sink her to the bottom. I know, very scary. So you can actually see, like in the movie, when they're pulling all of them out of the water, Greta looks like she's like not had a good day, and she hadn't. She almost died. So then she and the captain get in a big fight, and she says, well, Liesel, I don't know about yet, but if you just give me time, you don't know anything about your children. And he's like, yes, I do. I'm into all these academic ideas. Do you think I should get my PhD in The Sound of Music, Kelly Maynard? Kelly Maynard is my college professor, and I think that she's trying to recruit me back into academia. So anyway, Gretel throws up because she almost drowns, and then they all go inside and sing to the Baroness, but Captain Von Trapp and Julie Andrews get in a big fight outside, and she's like, you're a bad father, and he's like, you're a bad nanny. And then they hear singing, and he's like, what is that? And she's like, it's singing. And he says, yeah, I know it's singing, but who is singing? Which is an underrated joke. I love that line. Yeah, I realize that people are singing, but who is singing? And she says, the children. And he says, oh my God, I better run and get them and find out what they're singing about. He runs into the house, and they're singing, they're singing The Hills Are Alive with the Sound of Music. They do it like in chorus, and then he starts singing, and they all start crying, and he's like singing and singing, and then very quickly his character transforms. Thank you very much. Matsu says I get a PhD in this. This is good. Dr. Richardson. So then, as soon as he starts singing, basically his heart melts, and he's a good dad again. Very good. I mean, everyone's happy. And then he also knows how to play the guitar, and he sings this to his children. And it's a little creepy the way that he looks at Liesel. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, every morning you bring me small and white, clean and That sounds good. Blossom of snow, may you bloom and grow, bloom and grow forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, bless my homeland forever. And then when he does the duet with Lisa, he's like, hey, Edelweiss. And she sings it in that like, Edelweiss, every morning you greet. It's like, okay, tone it down, Liesel. Hey, Pam, how are you, sweetheart? Oh, I'm so glad you're watching, Pam. Hi. So, anyway, she is definitely giving her dad, like, doughy eyes while he's singing that song. It's true, she does. Which is fine, I guess she's allowed to. And then they decide, they're singing and everyone's happy. And then the Baroness von Schrader, she can tell that Captain von Trapp is falling in love with Fräulein Maria. She sees them exchanging some glances when he's not looking at his daughter. And then he can tell that Julie Andrews loves him, and Baroness von Schrader, she's very intuitive, and she can tell that there's something up. And so she gets right into the scene, she walks across the thing, and she goes, I know what you should do. You must throw a grand party for me, Georg. His name's Georg. Thank you, Trish. And she says, you must throw a grand party for me. Party. Right, Teddy? And because she's feeling like she needs attention from her boyfriend, who is like definitely into the nanny. So they decide to throw a party, and then little Gretel, she runs out of the room and she goes, it'll be my first party, Father. Remember that part? It's good. And so in order to get ready for the party, they get this puppet show theater. I don't know why. Back then they used to do puppet shows at parties. Cheers. When the tequila runs out, the show's over, so they have to practice very hard, and the nanny, our protagonist, Julie Andrews, she's very into now impressing the captain, so she wants to put on a really good show, and she puts on a whole kind of mini musical within a musical, and all 7 children are involved with the puppets and the sets falling, and they're all up in this kind of contraption that I thought was really cool as a child, but now I would not be into it. I'd be like, I don't want to watch a puppet show. And this song is really hard to play. High on a hill was a lonely goat herd, lay, yodelay, yodelay, hee-hoo. Loud was the voice of the lonely goat herd, lay, yodelay, yodelo. Folks in a town that was quite remote heard, lay, yodelay, yodelay, hee-hoo. Lusty and clear from the goat herd's throat heard, lay, yodelay, yodelo. Sing, oh, oh, lady, yodelay, oh, oh, lady, yodelay, oh, lady, yodelay, oh, lady, yodelay, oh, lay. Yeah. A prince on the bridge of a castle, and then they keep going. There are a lot of people. Lay, yodelay, yodelay, hee-hoo. Then on a road with a load two-toed herd, lay, yodelay, yodelo. Then in the midst of a table-dote herd, lay, yodelay, yodelay, hee-hoo. Then drinking beer with a bulb of a floater, lay, yodelay, yodelo. I don't know those words. Then drinking beer with the foam afloat, with the foam afloat herd, lay, yodelay, yodelo. Oh, lady, yodelay, oh, lady, yodelay, oh, lady, yodelay, oh, lady, yodelay, oh, lay. Thanks, Todd. Happy are they, lady, oh, lady, oh, lady, oh, lady, lady, oh. Soon the duet will become a trio, lady, oh, lady, oh, lo, yodelay, 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 oh, lady, yodelay, oh, lady, yodelay, oh, lady, yodelay, oh, that this song is over. If I had to pick one song that I didn't love, it wouldn't be that one. I love every song in The Sound of Music. So then they do the Lonely Goat Herd, and then they have a party at their house. Everyone is into it. Everyone's having a good time. And then when all the people show up at the house, there is a very blatant display of the Austrian flag, because Georg von Trapp is he's very proud of Austria, and he does not like Germany very much. And he has the flag up. And then one of the guests is like, oh, and Captain von Trapp is like, if the Nazis do take over Austria, Herr Zeller, I can imagine that you will be the entire trumpet section. And then Herr Zeller says, oh, you flatter me, Captain von Trapp. And then Captain von Trapp says, oh, how clumsy of me. I meant to accuse you. Which is great. And I fell in love with him even more. He's an anti-Nazi. And we need more of those in the world today. That's true. So then they sing, so long, farewell, au revoir, wiedersehen, and we got to keep this going because we have literally 17 minutes to get through, 7 minutes to get through the rest of the show, because I'm very intent on keeping my shows on Virtual Piano Bar 1 hour. That's been a rule. So basically they say, so long, farewell, au revoir, wiedersehen, I'd like to stay and taste my first champagne. Yes? No. Why? You know, there's that whole thing, and then Gretel, she pushes herself, sun has gone to bed, and so must I, goodbye, 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 and then they all wave, everyone's happy, and then Fräulein Maria, she decides that she needs to leave because Baroness von Trader pulls a power move, shows up in her room, and she's like, oh, you've been hitting on my fiancé. And she's like, no, I haven't. And Baroness von Trader's like, yes, you have. There's nothing more tempting to a man than a woman who's in love with him. And the funny thing is, he believes that he's in love with you too. And she says that to her, which makes Julie Andrews so embarrassed. She goes back to the nunnery. Baroness von Trader stays. There's no more music in the house. Everyone is sad. Everyone hates Baroness von Trader. Fräulein Maria is sad. The Reverend Mother sings Climb Every Mountain to her. We're going to hold off. We're going to do that in a second. She sings Climb Every Mountain, and Fräulein Maria realizes, I need to climb every mountain. I have to climb all the mountains. One of the mountains is my love, the love that I have for Captain von Trapp. She goes back, kicks Baroness von Trader to the curb. Thank you, Aunt Sue. Perhaps I had a wicked childhood. Then we sing a very beautiful love song that the captain and Maria sing together. Perhaps I had a wicked childhood. Perhaps I had a miserable youth. But somewhere in my wicked, miserable past, I must have been a moment of good. For here you are standing there loving me, whether or not you should. So somewhere in my youth or childhood, I must have done something good. That is a sweet song. You have to admit it. Okay, here's what happens next. So they are in love with each other. The captain, Fräulein Maria, they make out. It's very beautiful. They're in the same gazebo where Liesel broke her ankle. And they kiss. And they... And then they go off for a year-long honeymoon, a very long honeymoon. All the children remain at home, and the Nazis have taken over. So basically, Captain Von Trapp's calculus was like, I just got married. I don't care that my nation was invaded peacefully by the Nazis. I still have to go on my honeymoon. And the children can fend for themselves. That happens. So he comes back, and then the Nazis have taken over his country. And he's very sad. And so they come up with a plan, because in real life what happened was this. In real life, the family, this is not me making a joke, this is true. In real life, the real Von Trapp family was a very well-known singing group. Yeah, Peacefully, Matthew, that's right. It wasn't, the Anschluss. Not good. But the Von Trapp singers were a famous singing group from Salzburg, and they had kind of a reputation in Germany. Adolf Hitler invited them to Berlin, or to one of his properties, to sing, like for a private concert. He wanted the Von Trapp singers for a private concert, and they said no, because the oldest Von Trapp child, I think was a doctor, and in Salzburg, some of his Jewish colleagues had been fired from their jobs, and he saw what was happening, and so the family was very anti-Nazi at the time in real life, which is true. So Hitler asked them to sing for them, and they said no, and then he invited them to sing again, and upon the second invitation, they were like, well, we have to get out of here. So they went to the train station and got on a train to Switzerland, and then they went to Vermont in the United States, and then they opened up a ski lodge. That is what happened. And I'm not kidding. Oh yeah, great. I know, this is all true. All this is true. And so that's where they live now. I have a shirt from it. I have a t-shirt from the Von Trapp Family Lodge. I've been to Salzburg twice to do the Sound of Music tour. 2 times. Okay, we are coming up on the very end of this show. I have loved being with all of you, and I've loved the Saturday nights that we've spent. If you've enjoyed this show, or if you've enjoyed previous Saturday nights, please be sure to check out how you can send me a virtual tip on PayPal or Venmo. So you just check out PayPal or Venmo. It's very simple. You just write in the words Jon Richardson Music into either one of those, and then that way you can feel free to send me whatever your heart desires. I know these are difficult times, and so anything is appreciated. But if you are unable to tip, that's fine too. I hope you've enjoyed it and it's put a smile on your face. And I hope that you share this, or you watch Virtual Piano Bar. Tomorrow we have 2 amazing shows, David Malco at 6:30 and Bob Egan at 8. So we're going to end tonight with some Climb Every Mountain. And this is our very last sing-along. I love all of you very much. I hope that you will check out the Crown and Anchors website so that you can see when I'm performing. Next week, I have performances on stage in the Poolside Cabaret. On Saturday night, Sunday night, and Monday night, we're opening up Dolly Parton on next Monday night. So I can't wait to see you all in person. It's my favorite thing to see Virtual Piano Bar people in the wild. So please come up and tell me your names if I don't recognize you from just the little, picture that I see of you down here. But thank you for making the last year so special. And I think for a musician, it could have felt very wasted this past year, not being able to perform, because this is my life's blood, is being able to perform. Oh, is that right? Beth, is that true? Text me about that. So thank you, and let's climb every mountain together. So this is another sing-along, and then oh look, my aunties are having a chat. Oh, fun. And then after the show, oh good, Bonnie and Beth, you'll be here. Yay, okay, good. So after this song, I'm gonna sing Climb Every Mountain. You're gonna see all the lyrics. so that you can sing it too, and then I'll pick up my dog Teddy, and we'll both say goodbye to you. He's dead asleep though, so he's not going to be happy when I pick him up. All right. I want to thank Chris, my producer tonight, Chris Hawkins, wonderful man out of the Pacific Northwest, doing this show. All right, let's sing this song together. Climb every mountain, search high and low, follow every byway, every path you know. Climb every mountain, ford every stream, follow every rainbow, till you find your dream, a dream that will need all the love you can give every day of your life, for as long as you live. You sing it with me now. Climb every mountain, ford every stream, follow every rainbow, till you find your dream. Oh yeah. Hey, Mr. Teddy, let's say hi to the people, baby. Oh, baby. Yeah, there he is. Okay. Teddy says, good night, everybody. Thank you for being such a wonderful, wonderful group to play for. I'm going to be back because I'm going to be doing Wednesday nights at the Crown and Anchor, and we're going to stream those virtually each week. So I'm so excited to see you. Well, and Teddy says goodbye, too. Thank you to Chris, my producer. Michelle, I love all of you so much. And I will see you on the shows tomorrow. Bye, y'all. Bye. See ya.